Unlock growth and feel safer with a simple plan. Today's episode is sponsored by Billy Keels Advisory Services. If you want to learn more about how to make your 99 optional, just go to makeitoptional.com. Once again, that's makeitoptional.com.
Helping you build freedom without losing your edge. This is the Going Long podcast with Billy Keels.
Unlock growth and feel safer with a simple plan is a little bit of a behind the scenes look at basically how I am serving clients today. But it's not just how I'm serving clients, because if you've ever been in a situation where you have wanted to understand how you can continue to grow and not get caught in the complexities of having these major, really long kind of plans that are super oriented and crazy detailed and stuff like that, and you're looking for the simplicity of gaining a result, then this super brief episode is exactly what the doctor ordered, so to speak. Because as I think about it, a lot of the one-on-one sessions that I have with my corporate clients or the executive clients that I work with, these sessions that I work with in the one-on-one capacity are the sessions that I have always wanted to have myself. Now, I myself prefer working one-on-one with people versus working in groups, but I've done a lot of those things. And, someone that I realized that, especially early on, when I was looking for someone to help me get to the next goal, it was really important for me to have somebody who was not connected to my day-to-day, that wasn't connected to my direct family, that was not connected to my office. Because usually when they were, I tended to find that they gave me their version of reality, and the advice or the reflection that they had was directly reflected to kind of what they wanted me to do. So I had a very recent experience with a client. I asked him if I could talk about this. And so this is one of the reasons that I'm sharing it, because it was we had a very powerful, emotionally powerful session. And it's another one of the reasons that I love doing the work that I'm doing. And because of that, you get to, and I do a lot of talking about what we do in the Executive Edge Advisory Program. And it's really about helping you to create options in your life and being able to create a predictable stream of income, a PSI. And at the same time, at the end of the day, want to be able to do that in a space that is not only confidential, is discreet, and allows you as a client to express your authentic self, your real authentic self, which is one of the reasons that I'm sharing this episode, why I asked for permission to be able to share at least some of the things that transpired in this specific episode session, because it was emotionally powerful, not because of what I did, but because my client came to play. My client came to share and be able to build, to design in the way that made the most sense. So, session after session, once the plan is built, is to help you get clear on being able to create options. That is the first step, because without clarity, none of the stuff. I can give you we can build the most elaborate model. We can show you how to scale, or we can show you how to get your first predictable stream of income. But if you are not clear on what you're doing, why you're doing it, and for whom you're doing it, you're building things you're building a proverbial house on quicksand. And I don't want to do that, because it's not helping you. There's absolutely nothing that's off limits. And we work on being able to build trust, because if there is no trust, then these emotionally powerful events that drive motion don't happen. And so in this exchange, you get to gain from my experience, not just in a session, but the 30 plus years of corporate experience and the over 15 years of building business experience. And I get to grow from the interactions that you and I have together. And when I think about these powerful interactions, it's like I said before, these come from a lot of the coaches that I've had in the past, or the mentors that I've had in the past, the mentors and coaches that I have today, and the ones that I'll have in the future. My goal is always to not only learn from them, but be able to ethically steal parts of what it is that they're doing that help bring out the best in me, so that I can also help to bring out the best of my client. Because at the end of the day, I want to help you unlock growth and do it with a safer, simple plan or framework, right? And I'll leave all the stuff that I didn't like. Because if I didn't like it, the clients that I'm serving, chances are they're not going to like it. But it was part of the process, right, that I went through to be able to help you to unlock your growth and do that and feel safer with a very simple plan. And so I want to share this experience with you, or the portion that I can, because I said, hey, look, I want to be able to talk about this. I want to be able to write about it in a bit. And I'm writing about that in my newsletter, which is, or not a newsletter. It's an email I'm sending out weekly to those that are part of my community. So we followed a trusted framework because when you want to build clarity, this clarity, quantifiable clarity that I talk about, there's 3 very simple steps, right? And following this very simple plan or this very simple framework, it is a simple framework that helped to set me free, create my life of options while I was working in corporate. And it's helping others to be set free as well, because it gains clarity. You know exactly what you're shooting for, what you're aiming for, what you're looking for. And so in this specific level of clarity, the first thing is to look for quantifiable clarity. Like, what is the number that you need to be able to create and know that you are in optionality, meaning that you know that you don't need your day job anymore. You can continue to go there like I did for many years, but I didn't need to go because I was clear on what my optionality number was. But more importantly, when we got into today's session was really about designing and walking into your ideal day. This particular session was simply powerful because we were following a very simple plan, and my client came to play. He came to win, to walk into, to effectively design the day that he wants to live over and over. And it was such an emotionally powerful moment that we had to stop, right? Because there was a lot of emotion that was happening, which makes me feel, once again, extremely blessed, fortunate to be able to be a part of that. Watching his growth, allowing me to also grow was absolutely fantastic. And then there's a third element, which is also being able to build a plan to help you be resilient, because things will not always go according to plan. Ask me how I know. If you want some insight into that, go listen to episode 435 that I did with where I was a guest with Jerome Myers. So it will help to bring you closer into the world. But the idea is going through following a simple plan. And I just talked to you about how we build clarity using a specific example of my client who came to win it. Sharing brought powerful emotion to help him design his ideal day, which is the second step in the plan. And then that is the thing that helps us understand, because at the end of each one of these sessions, the goal is to move you closer to your goal, getting closer to building the predictable stream of income, getting closer to increasing your confidence, getting closer to helping you win the game and gain more control over not just your income, most importantly, your time and how you invest it. Because the thing that is important, and what I'm also sharing as you unlock your growth and feel safer with a simple plan, when you follow this simple plan, you start to realize not only that growth is not linear, it doesn't go in a straight line. And it's important to be with someone who is absolutely there when you're at the highest high and at the lowest low. And sometimes you may go back a little bit just so you can fast forward to go forward again. Progress is not linear. But when we trust the simple plan, the framework, and we are able to adjust along the way, you win. My clients are constantly winning. I'm winning because I get to grow and be a part of the progress, be a part of you unlocking your growth by following a very simple framework, a simple plan. If you've been struggling with how do you get to the next step? How do you take the first step? Well, you've been investing time here listening to the podcast. If you want to know a bit more, you can. You know how to find me. I ain't hard to find. But when you are a client who is able to create tangible results, right? We talked about that predictable stream of income, doing it more confidently, in more control, creating a life of optionality, getting the tangible results, but most importantly, being able to do it as your authentic self. There is nothing more powerful than that. absolutely nothing more powerful. And being able to be a part of that is fantastic. It's amazing. It is a fulfilling experience. And so if this is something that you're looking for, then, well, you know what? You've got a very specific example of how you can do that, and doing that in a one-on-one setting, confidential, discreet. If it's not you, but you see somebody that's struggling with trying to figure out how to get there, share today's episode. Share it with that person. Show them that you care. Being able to care is sharing, but then also care. Get on the phone with them. Meet them up for a coffee. Talk about it. Go from theory to action. Because while you're doing that, guess what I'll be doing? Yeah, I'll be right here. I'll be creating the next episode. So until then, go out and make it a great day. And thank you very, very much.